Okay, we're back. Cut that out. We're back again. We're with. I'm with the Gino.
Make him laugh.
Gino.
Introduce me, right?
I just did.
You did when?
I just said it.
What'd you say?
Franaloni.
Oh,
two T's, two F's, three G's, and one L. All right. And today, for the amazement of Zoom, you're going to Zoom. We have Jeff. Should we call you Jeffrey or Jeff? What does your wife call you besides get out of here?
Jeff.
Yeah. I'll answer to almost anything, but you can call me Jeff.
Just bring the money. All right, this is Jeff Cornish. All right, let's give him a hand. All right.
All right.
Jeff is under observation because he agreed to come on a second time.
The second time. I'm a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, he is. Well, look at me. I got him here with me.
Oh, that's true.
And he cries every day. He cries.
The production techs have their hands full with you, Ed, every week.
No, they don't touch me. I don't. Well, ever since the virus, they don't touch me.
That's true. Protected by the pandemic.
That's right. So, Jeff works at AccuWeather, isn't that correct?
Yeah, I'm in my weather container here.
In my weather container.
Is that your green screen that looks blue?
It is a green screen.
It looks blue.
Yeah, we have 3 studios like this, and then there's another one with an actual 9-panel where the real maps appear behind it.
Wow.
Ooh. So what are you looking at? A monitor when you do it?
Yes, and also when I look into the camera, just like you guys are, instead of, I don't know, some in the news world, a news anchor might have a teleprompter. I see myself with the map behind me.
Oh, good. Last time I saw myself, I screamed. I thought there was a horrible thing looking in the mirror. And it cracked. Who's that? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? And it says, it ain't you, bucko. Yeah. I hate that when the mirror gives me a rough time. So, all right. So, you went to Penn State. Now, everybody there probably went to Penn State, right?
I did go to Penn State. And it seems that 20 years ago, a lot of the workforce here went to Penn State. Now it's a more diversified crowd. They go out of their way to find non-Penn Staters as well. But we do have a good army of Penn Staters here.
Well, we like inbreeding.
2 miles from campus.
We like inbreeding. What the heck, huh?
No, but we have Valparaiso and NC State, Florida State. We have all kinds of different
NC State has meteorology?
What'd you say?
I don't know. Does NC State has meteorology?
Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, I get them mixed up. There's the University of North Carolina and then NC State.
Yeah, I know.
The Tar Heels are what?
No, isn't Tar Heels North Carolina?
Yeah, it's not the Tar Heels. It's the other one. This is high quality programming right now.
It's the Rubber Heels. It's the Rubber Heels. There they are. Get away from me.
It's the other one, not the Tar Heels. The University of North Carolina. Yeah, they have a meteorology program there. Also, we have Linden State up there in New England.
Linden? That's up in Vermont, isn't it? Or is it New Hampshire?
I think it's Vermont.
It's Vermont.
Vermont. No need to yell. It's in Vermont. We've decided that. Let's take a vote. 3 for Vermont.
I got excited because I was confident of that after my North Carolina board was here.
Oh. Linden State. Now it's a university.
Yes, they rebranded.
What isn't a university anymore?
I know. Everything was college.
You know what the problem is? When you do that, you're editorial. You're watering the meaning of university down. You're watering it down.
Yep.
Everybody cannot be a university. It's ridiculous. It used to be you had to have a PhD program, I believe.
Yep.
I know.
Now I went to the City College of New York, of the City University of the State University of New York. So we were CCNY of CUNY of Sunny.
How about that?
Thank you. It was murder getting it on the uniform.
Right.
God. Where's he from? Something about a coon. I don't know. Oh, a raccoon. All right. So now, you have something to ask?
I'm just asking him. It says the first time that we meet, thank you for letting me be invited.
It's good to meet you. Yeah, likewise.
No, cut it out.
You deserve some kind of an award for putting up with Ed like this.
No, he doesn't.
I've been doing it for years now.
Yeah, well, I was on your show, but you forgot to introduce me.
Oh, my God, you never let me forget it.
I'm just sitting there. The whole show, never told anybody who I was. Or is.
And now that I want to take him on my show, he can't come because of the coronavirus.
I got you.
Did you want to say something about that church in Littleton?
What I do extra on my spare time, I have to say thank you to the Congregational Church of Littleton.
Littleton, Mass.
Littleton,
Not
Mass.
Colorado.
Yes, Littleton, Mass. They are so nice and so polite. Every time I go there to pick up food so I can distribute to the seniors, the people in the service, they are veterans, and the elderly. They're so nice. I was very fortunate that I have 3 churches that I can go pick up this meal. And every week, I've been doing it for 4 months. They're very nice people. Every time I go there, they say, Gino, how many today? I'd say, well, first it was 25, and from 25 went down now to 8, 9, and then sometime it goes to 12, 13, and goes up and down, you know. But they're so nice, they are providing, and they're making food, and nobody tell them they have to do that. They're just nice people, Christians, very good people. But this Congregational Church is one of them, of Littleton, Mass. And then I have other 2 churches that do that, the same thing. I'm very lucky.
They're going to ask for equal time, you know.
That's okay. I donate sometimes a little bit here and there.
Oh, well, you donate, no wonder. Oh, sorry.
Hey, that's
You
not
donate to me, you can change the name of the show.
What I donate is nothing practically.
How about the Jeff Cornish show? What do you think of that?
Nobody wants that.
Nobody will. Oh, yeah, we'll give you a British touch. So, for those of you, we're not, today is the, actually early this morning, Hurricane Laura went into Louisiana uninvited.
Uninvited.
150-mile-an-hour winds. That's quite a sucker right there. Or in this case, a suckhead, right? You know?
Nasty stuff. It was a strong Category 4 storm.
What is 155 Category 4?
150 miles
But they
per
said
hour.
it was 150 last night.
Yeah.
What's the 5 then?
Oh, where does Category 5 begin? Technically 157 miles.
Oh, wow, let's write that down.
Yeah. Well, they always round to the nearest 5, so, you know.
155.
But yeah, 157 is technically the beginning of the Cat 5, so it was almost a 5.
Why quibble?
Right. And it was people often think about Katrina. Katrina had been a 5, but it came on shore as a 3. So this actually tied a record for strongest wind speed at landfall in Louisiana with it was the last island hurricane of 1856.
Wow.
Similar magnitude.
I was there.
Yeah.
You were
sure.
there for that.
Yeah, I
That's
was.
good. That was a slightly stronger storm than this in terms of barometric pressure, but similar wind.
We don't care about the pressure. You know what I'm
We
saying?
don't care about the pressure. But
I mean,
this is
you
a
can
big
have
deal,
your
you know.
pressure any way you want. I want that wind speed, baby.
In where I'm from in Pennsylvania, we have counties, just like you in Massachusetts. In Louisiana, they have parishes. And a parish where this made landfall, Cameron Parish, the southwesternmost county or parish in Louisiana, the highest elevation is only 20 feet. And this had a storm surge of more than 15 feet in areas. So almost the entire parish was underwater.
Wow.
But
Now,
in the rain on
there
top.
were areas where it wasn't, but the storm surge came miles inland.
Then they
Nasty stuff.
had the rain on top of that.
Yeah, and some areas are seeing.
We made up for
there
the
are already
five.
reports of more than 8 inches.
So what happened? After a while it goes down, the water? Or they pump it out?
You can't pump it out.
I think this is more swampy. They pump out in New Orleans because you get a city that's below sea level.
It's
Right.
below sea-
This
yeah.
is much more rural than that. And there's a lot of bayous and that kind of thing.
Which gave meaning to the phrase "How's by you."
That's by you.
We did that a lot in there. How's by you?
That's good work. That's
Yeah,
right.
standing outside the synagogue. How's by you?
This is why you have a show, Ed. This is good stuff.
Yeah, thank you very much.
This is
Get
why
him
we're
on the
on your-
payroll.
This is why I got out of bed this morning.
All right, yeah, the man has a lonely life, lonely.
That's not true.
So,
That's not true.
what? Now the pattern's going to be that's going to get hot in the east again, northeast. After it
Yeah,
cools.
for a time, this into the weekend, we're going to be pretty warm.
Yeah, then it
it looks
cools
like-
off for 2 days, and then it goes. I don't
It
like
comes
that.
back up a bit.
I don't like
Yeah,
that
bring it up
trough in the middle of the country.
I know. Well, and we're going to be dealing with severe weather as well. Now, this may be water under the bridge by airtime, but it's a stormy pattern in parts of the Northeast. So we're concerned about the warm up and the heat and the humidity again, and severe weather into the weekend.
Yeah, I'm waiting for autumn. I should be here by November. That's what it did last year. Remember? It was warm in October. We got to November. The leaf says, I can't hold on anymore, and just turned brown and fell off.
I said, I'm out of here. Yeah.
Just couldn't take it anymore. Ridiculous. You should
Yeah.
see the weeds around here. They're
Yeah.
humongous.
Yeah, I agree though. It's not going to get too cool anytime too soon.
Yeah, there it goes. I'm depressed now. Suddenly I'm
We'll
depressed.
have it'll feel more like late August, early September here, but
Oh,
nothing
yeah, and that's... Well, you can see the shadows now.
yeah.
So I keep saying that. You know, it's 92, but that shadow is longer now. Feels so much cooler. Do you have any questions to ask instead of having the national anthem of Italy?
The question is,
Yes.
why the temperature is changing so much? Just asking. Is the system changing?
You mean
Is
the
it-
atmosphere itself?
Yeah, it happened it's just natural that change, or
Oh.
is it gonna is it everybody complaining? Oh, the water is getting warmer. Oh, the
Well,
temperature
the water is very warm. Yeah, the ocean water is it's rivaling some of the warmest years that we've seen. And right now, the Pacific is cooler than average, the Atlantic's warmer than average. But overall, the water temperatures do appear to be rising, ever so slowly but steadily. And a half a degree to a degree does make a significant difference in, it's like you're putting 88 or 89 octane into your vehicle instead of 87 octane.
Yeah, because if the change is like in Alaska, the ice is melting.
Oh,
Has
Siberia,
it
it's gone.
Huh?
It's gone in Siberia.
That's what I'm saying. But it goes. The question is it because as we the people change the weather because of this
Pollution.
commercial industry, or is just the nature?
We have been getting warmer. I mean, it's a tough question. It's a tough question because there are cycles that may be on an order of 500 years or 1,000 years. But then also, we are changing the environment. We have added more carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. It's a small amount of the atmosphere. Before the first engine fired up, the atmospheric concentration of carbon dioxide, if you took 1 million molecules, about 270 of that million were carbon dioxide. Now, if you take 1 million molecules of air, about 420 of them are carbon dioxide.
That's-
So
that
we've
goes-
increased.
Goes
Yeah,
back to the
and that's
start.
a result.
Go ahead.
That's right. That is a result of combustion and the Industrial Revolution,
Yeah.
vehicles and all that.
If you go
Um,
back to 1876, right? When it was the start of the Industrial Revolution?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
and-
see if you track the CO2, you can see it going on. CO2.
Yeah, you can see that steadily rising.
It absorbs
And we've
it.
actually been getting warmer since 1500, but that was a cold period of time.
I
So there
remember
are
that.
cycles upon cycles, but we're certainly adding some extra to that.
Was that the little
And,
ice
It
age?
does appear that. What did you say?
Was that the little ice age, 1500?
Yes. Yeah.
I
But
told you.
it could come back again. Do you think that maybe it will come back? There's a cycle, you say, right?
Yeah, but there's natural
well-
cycles and then the garbage we're throwing in.
A lot of the climatologists believe that we are outweighing that with what we're putting into the atmosphere. It's a complicated thing. This is a
Yeah.
politically charged conversation in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
And the more I learn, the more I realize we don't know a whole lot. But certainly by adding more carbon dioxide, that's one element of forcing to drive things upward. And we've gained a degree or two over the past 100 years.
And the carbon
It's
dioxide
more
absorbs.
exaggerated.
The carbon
Go ahead.
dioxide absorbs the Earth's radiation, right? Rather than letting it go
Yes.
back
Yeah,
out.
the
You're
greenhouse
trapping it.
effect.
It lets the sun's radiation through, right? And then it absorbs the Earth's radiation, which is at a longer wavelength. And
Right.
it
So at
absorbs it,
night-
so you're trapping the heat.
We can't get rid of all that energy as efficiently as we could at night. Kind of like on a clear sky, we do get cooler than a night with clouds. So this is kind of the similar type of mentality. It's like we call it the greenhouse effect because it does trap some of the extra heat energy. And the changes are more dramatic in the poles. They're less dramatic in the south. There are parts of the southeastern U.S. that have not warmed in the past century. But you get up into Alaska, you get up into Siberia, and the change has been stark, and it's a big concern there.
You know why that is?
Why it's more lopsided
Yeah.
up there? I'm not sure. One suspicion is if you begin the process of melting sea and ice cover, ocean, basically snow and ice cover, you allow, snow and ice reflects the sun's energy
Yeah.
back to space. If you wear a white t-shirt instead of a black t-shirt, you're not going to be as warm. So if you begin to kind of trim the edges of your typical permanent snow and ice cover in the summertime, you're going to allow a little bit more insulation, a little bit more SOLATION, more absorption of solar energy into a little bit more of Canada, a little bit more of Alaska. We're talking northern Canada, northern Alaska, and for a longer period of time. So that can warm up the ground more efficiently. So it can be somewhat of a chain of events that could lead to accelerated warming there. So that's a concern. I get nervous when people attribute everything to climate change. We're reporting on things differently now, even during a quieter than average tornado season, which actually this year is, and despite the wild April that we had, recorded tornadoes. Everybody has an HD camera in their phone, so in their pocket.
Let me send this picture in.
What'd you say?
Let me send this picture in, right?
Yeah, well, and the consultants tell us for good reason, tornado video, hurricane video, it sells big time. So a rural tornado in eastern Wyoming is going to lead a national newscast because people want to see that. And it's truth, there's nothing wrong with showing that. But, in our country, we average between 1,000 and 1,500 tornadoes in a typical year. So people are constantly reminded that, the weather is wild, and it's a fact of life. Now, there are changes, and there are big concerns. We've every tropical system this year since the sea storm has set a record for earliest storm on record with that letter designation. So our earliest fourth storm, fifth storm, sixth storm, all the way to where we are, the earliest 13th storm of the season. That is a sign of a warmer ocean. Now, on the other hand, the Western Pacific, where we have typhoons, that has been unusually quiet this year. So, on average, if water temperatures are getting warmer, we're going to see more activity. But it's not like every ocean basin right now is going nuts. We're the hot spot in the Atlantic. The Western Pacific is unusually quiet. They're still getting a couple of hurricanes, typhoons, they call them out there. And another thing is, in the 60s, we put on glasses for the first time when the satellite era began. So there are more opportunities to find every storm out there. In one numeric, we've had more tropical storms and hurricanes than any year before by the end of August. Through another numeric coming into this week, we have been in 22nd place for activity. If you look at things in terms of the number of the ACE index, Accumulated Cyclone Energy Index, which is looking at the overall. It's a better characterization of how many strong storms we've seen. So we're either in first place or 22nd place. You can frame up statistics any way you want to promote your own agenda.
Because what was that?
That was an email coming in.
Read the email. It may be interesting. I'll meet you behind the counter. No, it was, well, there goes that thought. Oh, we've only had one big storm. Right? This one.
Right. Yeah, this was our first major hurricane of the year.
Yeah.
So, late August is a typical time to see that. But we've had, if this year were like a baseball player, this would be a contact hitter. Lots of bunt singles and a lot of storms. But a lot of your average storm this year has been a tropical storm or a lower end category 1 storm. But as we saw with Isaias, the storm that we had to practice about a week before even sang properly because it has 4 syllables and it has 6 letters. That storm had high impact, but it was a Cat 1.
Yeah. See?
It's amazing.
See? All right, I want to thank you for that, and I'll give you A+ on the report.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I would tell Joel Myers, but he's not there anymore.
Well, he's still here. He is very involved still.
Is he really?
It's amazing.
Well, tell him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Say hi. Hi, Jeff.
All right. Say hi to Joel.
Hi, Joel.
That's Dr. Joel.
Hi, Joel. I got that right now. All right. You ready for some quiz here?
I'm ready for quiz time.
You want to phone a friend, you can. Oh, we'll pick them. All right. These are all English. What are you looking at me?
All right.
You ready? We'll start with the guess.
I think so.
What river is in England? Ready? A.
The Thames, right? Whereas we would say the Thames.
I just said it's multiple choice.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got excited.
No wonder they threw you out. Jeez. What river is in England? These are choices. A, the Hudson. B, the Mississippi. What's he waving? Oh, C, the Colorado. D, the River Avon. Or E, Joan Rivers. Yes.
May she rest in peace, right? She passed away, didn't she?
Yes, she did, yeah.
Yeah, she did. Well, the huge hint here, beyond knowing where most of the other rivers are, is the river. If they put the river and then the name, the adjective before the thing there, the noun. We're gonna go the River Avon.
Thank you. Very good. Hey, you guys going to be a correct answer in there or not? Come on,
The River Avon, right?
Huh?
That was it.
The River Avon. Hey, you guys do... Man, they're not doing it. They used to use Bing and the you're wrong. All right.
Oh, the sounds, no sound effects.
Yeah.
I'll have to get another email.
The War of... Thank you. Here it is. A little bit late. All right, you ready? This is a toughie. The War of 1812 started in what year? A, 1731, B, 1812, C, 1649 BC, or D, 2015?
Which war?
The War of 1812.
Oh, the 1812. Okay, 1812.
That's when it
That's
started?
good work.
Good, good. Thank you. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
The U.S. used to be part of A, Russia, B, Japan, almost, huh? C, England, or D,
Almost.
You're not up.
No, I know.
D,
almost.
my favorite, the Philippines. What do you
I'm
got
gonna go with
there?
C.
D, he's going with the Philippines. He said, did you see B? He said D, it's wrong.
C. I said C. Whatever. It's England. The answer is England. Did I
C.
unimpress you with my first visit, Ed? I feel like these questions are like major softballs here.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't worry about it. We got, now to the other sheet, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, the other sheet. This is where
All
it
right,
gets tough.
I'm usually 2 sheets to the wind here. All right, I'll tell you.
the FCC nervous.
I'll tell you. All right, you ready?
Hey, go ahead.
No, you take a break,
I'll
relax. The capital of, go read your email. The capital of England is A, London,
Yeah.
B, Paris, C, Moscow, D, Berlin.
I think it's London.
Very good. Give him a, thank you. All right, this is, oh, you ready? Which does
ready.
not belong? Ready? A, Scotland. B, Wales.
What
C,
was the question?
oh, I'm going to hit you from a distance.
I'm so sorry.
I'm going to get Best Midler out here from a distance. All right, give me the crickets now. Come on. Which does not belong? A, Scotland. B, Wales. C, Ireland. Or D, Japan.
Japan.
He's a brilliant man. Brilliant man. Get a
Or
raise.
Joan Rivers.
All right. The language, you ready? The language spoken in England is A, English, B, French, C, Spanish, and my favorite, Greek.
Actually, in the beginning, they were invaded by the Romans. They were speaking Latin. But nevertheless, they changed it to English.
Thank you.
Very thorough answer.
He was there during the invasion. Okay.
Did they check your temperature on the way in, Ed?
No, they didn't. On the way out, see if I'm breathing. All right. Cut that out in there. Britain's prime minister during World War II was A, Nixon, B, Guy Hawkes. He was British. I don't know what he did. C, Churchill, or D, Chaucer.
Churchill.
Churchill,
C.
correct. All right.
Although Chaucer spelled his name properly.
How do you spell it?
The same way I do. Old English. Geoff.
Really?
R-E-Y.
See? You didn't know
Okay,
that.
good. You learned something. Make a note here.
Yeah, make a note.
The channel, you ready? Connects New York City with California, New York City with Paris, Detroit with Madrid, or England with France.
I think it goes to Detroit.
Hey, come on, wake up in there.
There's a hefty price tag.
How much time we got left? It says 3:55 out here. Okay, good. Don't answer. Oh. I don't get no respect. All right, you're up. There are how many houses of parliament? This is what I would try in class, in school, you know.
No kidding.
A, 2, B, 35, C, 1.32758. They would pick this because it's very exact. and D, 57. They might get confused with Heinz 57 beans on that one.
I'm going to go with 2, which is A.
2,
but I
you
don't
are
know.
correct.
Yeah.
All right, you ready? The residence of the British Prime Minister is A, 47 Bagel Lane, 53 Chocolate Cake Place, C, 50 Cherry Pie Place, D, 2 Upside Down Cake Plaza. I forget what the question was now. Or E, 10 Downing Street.
I think it's a 10 Downing Street.
Good. All right. Got a few more here. How much time we got left? Okay, good. What? I can't see. Open the door. Oh, you said it was slow.
Yeah, I said I'd get it right.
All right, time. No need to yell at me. Jeff is watching. You ready, Jeff?
I think so.
All right. Margaret Thatcher's last name was A, Thatcher. I can't see what
This is
these
the best one yet.
Huh? B, Frost. C, Bergman. Or D, Bloomfeld.
I'm going to go with Thatcher. I feel pretty strongly about this one.
All right, he's got it right. All right, you're up. BBC stands for A, Badly Baked Cakes. B, British, I'm not well, British Broadcasting Corporation. C, Bobo Kramer. Or D, Burnt Burger Citation.
I think it's, it's like Broccoli Company. I don't like BBC.
You don't like, but give him a buzz. All right, 140.
Bunch of Democrats.
All right, you ready now?
I think
Yeah.
so.
What is British football called? A, Booyah Baseball. That was Alf. C, Soup of the Day. C, Soccer. Or D, Tiddlywinks.
Go with soccer.
Soccer is correct. I knew a lot of suckers, too.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
The War of the Roses was fought between two bakeries named Rose. Sussex and Essex, London and Birmingham, Boo Boo and Lulu, or E, England and France.
England and France.
That man's unbelievable.
How about that?
All right, you got one more. God, this is the last one because you can't take it anymore. I know I can't.
The pressure is unbearable.
It is. It's unbelievable, too. I'm crying over here. I don't know what the hell. Give me some more ragweed. The famous clock in London is called, this is a toughie, A, Big Lou. You can spell it either way you want, L-E-W-L-O-U. Big Bertha. We'll get letters about that. Big Bertha. C, Big Ben, or D, Little Boo Boo.
I've been to Big Ben. I was there.
Big
in
Ben is
1990.
correct. All right, thank you. In the closing moments, I want to thank Jeff Cornish for being with us again.
Thank you
Give
for your
Jeff a hand.
patience.
Oh, thank you guys. It was fun to be here with you.
It's always well, drop in anytime. You know, seriously.
I'll be glad to come back sometime.
All right, good. Say hello to your wife. She doesn't know me,
I'll
but
do
what the
that.
heck. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
for being here.
Ciao,
Good
Jeff.
to see you guys.
Ed Sullivan is dead, but Cohen isn't. And when it comes to weather, Cohen's smart. As New York as you get, his money's on the Mets, which goes to show that Ed's a Joe who always bets his heart. You'll hear a slick review or two from Nicky. And Cantor Something Berg will sing some song. There's weather news and shtick, enough to make you sick. You'll be glad you came.